How are you?
Join me in welcoming Keith Goodman. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. You have five. Did they tell you you have 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll
Some
take
questions.
Okay. Good evening. I want to thank Mr. Jerry Jordan for the opportunity to speak to you this evening, and the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers for having me. I am closely connected to education in a few ways, and I'm Keith Goodman, as he introduced me. My wife is an educator. She's taught both in the public school, and she's also taught in charter school. My in-laws are all educators. My father was, for years, an educator in the Kansas City School District. My mother-in-law taught Montessori, and as a pastor of a church of educators, some administrators in the Ben Franklin School District and all throughout the city. So I'm very close to education. That's on the side of a husband. But on the side of a father, I have a particular tender spot in my heart because my eldest son is a special needs child. Now, you would never know it if you were to meet him, but he has Tourette's. And with Tourette's are certain comorbidities like his anxiety and his obsessive compulsive disorder and that kind of thing. So I care very deeply about education and think that the school district should make sure that every child has an opportunity to a quality education. Now, well, thank you. One of the things that we've been noticing, though, is that with the introduction of charter schools and the proposals for vouchers, that these kind of take money away from the pot that we need so that we can educate our children. And for a child like my son, if you take away support staff, then it's going to be more difficult for him, and it's going to be more difficult for the teacher, because the teacher is going to spend a lot of time on maybe 3 or 4 children just trying to get the class together when there are 20 other students in the class who are there and who are ready to learn. So I'm a believer, a firm believer, thank you. I'm a firm believer that we have to find more money to educate our children. I believe that the city actually is a first-class city, and it puts a lot of money into the state of Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and it's a shame that we have to fight to get enough money to educate our children. But it's critical. And if we're spending $120 million on education, then $201 million that we're spending on crime, that we've got a problem. Now, I don't think you can spend any less on crime, so don't run over to the Fraternal Order of Police and say, he thinks we ought to take money away from you. No, I don't believe that at all. But I believe that the mayor needs to make some tough choices and lead us so that we make tough choices to make sure that our kids are educated. It is not okay for a city like Philadelphia, 5th largest in the city, in the nation, to have a school district that is always struggling. So we've got to do something. We've got to make some hard choices. I believe that there are solutions. Stevie Wonder said, problems have solutions. So I just don't believe that we just throw up our hands, and I believe that it's the mayor's job to bring people to the table. I believe that in the city of Philadelphia, we've got some great schools. We've got some great universities. There are partnerships that can happen. We can create more partnerships so that we can educate our children. So those are my opening remarks, and I thank you so much for allowing me to make them. I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
Thank you.